Hello, and welcome to You've Got a Thing, an interview thing about Milwaukee theater things. My name is Jaimelyn Gray. I am here to walk you through sort of this next week that's coming up. I've got a real handful of events happening. Particularly next week, you can party your butt off if you really feel like it, and I will explain to you why in just a little bit. But we have in a few minutes also an interview with Maria Pretzl, who is the marketing director over at Renaissance Theaterworks, and we talk a little bit about their Brink Festival coming up this weekend. Lots of fun with that as well. And so welcome to where we're at this week. We're at the week of Thursday, May 14th of the 2026. Almost at the summertime. We're getting pretty close to the summertime, aren't we, already? And that should please people. I don't know, it's still kind of a little bit cold around here. I was wearing my head wrap and a scarf and all this kind of stuff. I don't know. It's a little chilly. I don't know where you're at, where you're listening from, but thank you for wherever you're joining from and whatever you're doing. I appreciate you. So let's get to the things that are happening right now that you can calendarize your plans and make these things happen. So first we have over at Next Act Theater, Dinner with the Duchess, which was directed by Samantha Martinson. This is closing this weekend, so we're coming up on the last chances here. This is closing May 17th. So I actually just saw this today. Haha. So I really enjoyed it. I really thought that it was great. Laura Gordon is just a powerhouse actor, artist. I love watching her. She's just so engaging, and I just believe her. And so and the other performances were also really great. But I have not been watching them since the late 90s like I have Laura Gordon. So there's that. But it's a really interesting tale of a young reporter who goes and visits this violin virtuoso, Margaret. And Margaret thinks it's an interview about her legacy and things, and it kind of goes sideways. And it's just a very interesting story and a really great watch. So go to nextact.org to get your tickets on that, and you can go and see that one. So then next we have, just opened last week, A Raisin in the Sun over at Milwaukee Chamber Theater. Reviews are starting to come out. Reviews are saying it's awesome. I mean, this is a masterpiece. If you don't know the story, you can actually go back a couple weeks, and I interviewed two artists from that play, from that production, and Kamani Graham and Ethan Hightower. It was a great set of talkings to wonderful artists. And yeah, so this is Milwaukee Chamber Theatre.org. That's a TRE for theater. Also, if you're watching this, you can see also DeMonte Henning in that as well. And so if you don't know it, it's a great masterpiece written by Lorraine Hansberry, and just a classic. And it was the first play produced on Broadway written by a Black woman, if you can believe it. I'm sure you can. It takes place on the south side of Chicago, and the younger family gets an inheritance, and then it's just wrestling with big dreams and the against the realities of economic hardship and the injustices of discrimination on Chicago's south side. So I myself am going to go and see the understudy performance next week, because somebody that I really well, a couple people actually that I really appreciate and love very much are in that understudy performance. So I'm going to go and watch that on the 19th. And then, but you can go all the way through May 24th. So again, MilwaukeeChamberTheatre.org to check that out. So then we have also our wonderful, wonderful friends over at Interchange Theater Co-op. They've got some shows, a student showcase, and then a show, and then their open mic this weekend. So it's their levels 3 and 4 classes, and they're ready to show you off all of their improv skills that they learned. So they're looking to put a great show on for you. That show is free on the 15th. There, you can check that out. And then Commando featuring Palindrome is their show on Saturday night, if you want to check that out. Also a great set of improv artists. Palindrome is something that's on the regular over there. I haven't really heard about Commando very much, but I guess his personal stories become improv fun as Commando performs the improv style of an Armando, a true story-based improv show. Okay, great. And then Palindrome is scenes that expand, contract, go forward and back again. Very interesting. And then again, their open jam open mic is on Sundays at 6 p.m. Go and show off your stuff, friends. Do what you need to do to show off your skills. So that's at interchangetheater.com. You can find out more information about all of that. Huzzah. Then next we have, and here's where we get into some interesting things. So next week, you can go to not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 parties for companies around Chicago. It's just how it happened this year. Everybody sort of had a later performance seasons this year. And so everything got stacked up here at the last week. And so on Monday night, you can go and see Vanguard. So they're celebrating 1 year of Vanguard Milwaukee. And so they'll have their season announcement and fundraiser at the Cooperage in Milwaukee on Water Street there. They do have artist tickets available. You can find out more information about that at vanguardmke.com for more information about that party. And then next we have on Tuesday, Made in Milwaukee over at Milwaukee Opera Theatre. Super fun. I love Milwaukee Opera. I love Jaimelyn Gray, who's the artistic director over there. Just a real great group of people over there. So if you want to check this out, they're going to have the tenors Milwaukee perform. That's Andrew Varela, Tommy Hahn, and Tim Reibers. Beautiful voices. And then you can have pizza and cake and a cash bar, and then they say also a not so silent auction. Not sure what that means, but you can go and find out over at MilwaukeeOperaTheatre.org and jump on that party train and do that instead. Or also, then also we have on Thursday, we have Bravo Next Act, which is Next Act's fundraiser party. Support all their artistic and educational programming goals at their annual party. They're doing that at the Ivy House on Barclay Street in Milwaukee. And so they'll have a whole bunch of artists to party with, and their ringmaster is Doug Jarecki. Funny man he is. And then they're doing a catered sit-down dinner by Tall Guy and a grill. And then they're also supporting and honoring the outstanding patron and sponsor Bob Balderson. Bob has been all over the place this season at shows, and he's just a really great guy and a real big supporter of theater here in Milwaukee. That guy is just amazing. And so if you want to check out their party, you can go to nextact.org to find out more information about that. Or last but not least, you can come and party with me over at our the Constructivists' Find the Light in the Dark, our celebration season announcement fundraiser partay. We do this at the Skylight Bar and Bistro. It's a nice little intimate little space up there on the second floor of the BTC. I very much enjoy it. And so we're going to do that again this year. We have people singing and rapping and doing some poetry and song, and just fun times. And I also play my playlist, which has a lot of Nine Inch Nails on it, if you would like to come and listen to that. I don't play it too loud, just chill out, calm down. But if you want, we've got $20 tickets at theconstructivist.org for that. It's just a really good time. So my advice to you is obviously come to our party, the Constructivists, obviously. But if you wanna spread out your dollars, listen, you can go to I was going to say you could probably go to all these parties for $100, but I don't think I haven't checked out Skylights. Skylights tickets are a little on the higher end, but they've earned it. They're a great place, and so good for them to fundraise and put some but you're getting a full dinner with that. Like we do snacks and stuff, which is super fun. And like Milwaukee Opera Theater, obviously they're doing pizza, and so you can charge it just a little bit less price point for depending upon what your meal ticket is, right? And so I don't know, just come and have some fun with us, and it'll be great. Oh, I forgot one last thing. The Brick House, Amanda Hull. If you're looking for a venue to host any of your events, stage readings, rehearsals, what else? Meetings, showers, other intimate events. They've got a bar. Go to the brickhousemke.com to find out more information about how you can rent from Amanda Hull, who is an amazing human being and wonderful person. So yeah, so there you go. That's what I got for you. That's what I got for you this time. So let's get to that interview, shall we, with Maria from Renaissance Theaterworks, and tell you all about Brink. So let's get to that right now. Okay, and with me today, one of my favorite people to talk to, Maria Pretzl, marketing manager over at Renaissance Theaterworks. I love it when you have time to squeeze in this for your life. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Jaimelyn. This is always fun to just sit here and chat with you.
Yeah, and just let other people listen.
Exactly.
So we're gonna talk today about you guys have Brink coming up. It's the 12th annual, and you're it's at the Baumgartner, yeah. And
Yeah, we're back at the Baumgartner Center for Dance, which, if you haven't been there, is a beautiful space. It's the ballet's relatively new building.
yeah. So you guys are over there because Next Act has shows in, and you guys share space,
Yep.
and so that's you found a nice little spot for yourself somewhere else, and that's the way that shared space things go. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So let's just get into it here. So who are we talking about? Who are the big dogs this year?
Yeah, so as most people know, the Brink New Play Festival, we focus on women identifying playwrights based in the Midwest. Something that a lot of people claim is that, oh, if you want any sort of play development or workshopping or anything like that, you have to be at one of the coasts. You have to be either in New York or California, which we're like, there's a lot of great talent here in Milwaukee and in the general Midwest. So we have our own festival, and we focus specifically on the 8 states that comprise the Midwest. So we put out a call for scripts in June. So the resident scripts, yeah. the full-length scripts.
Well, you'll have the next round coming up. Like you'll do this thing, and then the next round is next month already.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is. It's
That's
like
amazing.
we're like, yay, these two great full-length plays, and then of course the Brink Briefs, and we have like 2 weeks off, and then we open it back up for submissions for the next year's resident plays. So resident play submissions are open from June 1st to July 31st, and then after that we have the windows for the briefs. So it is the fun never ends, Jaimelyn.
I
But
don't know. My organization and your organization runs a little bit different. I just, and then I wonder why I'm so far behind all the time. I'm like,
there's no
I'm
down season.
camping this summer. I don't know what you guys are doing. Oh, but that's awesome that you all are just on top of this all year round, and that's just so great.
Yeah, and it really opens up because some people might be busy at certain windows, or like with the Brink Briefs, for example, like we provide the prompts, so it gives people like sometimes they're like, oh, I do have a play in the sock drawer that does fit these prompts, or sometimes we've had people, I know I've done this when I've had plays in the Brink Briefs, like they write it specifically based on the prompt. So it's really overall, it's a lot of fun, but I should probably talk about this upcoming one that's this weekend.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Let's
we
hear
have, yeah, but we have two great resident plays this year. So the first is Care by Kristen Field. Kristen was a Brink Brief playwright last year. If people are able to join us for last year's Briefs program, she wrote Flacco, which was the play about the owls. Um,
nice.
Yeah, so so Kristen's coming back now as a resident playwright. Her play is Care. I'm going to have to read it off the postcard.
You do it. You use all the utilities that you need to. Don't even worry
Yeah,
about it.
I'm just reading off no cards. You're
Do it.
typing. Like this is the content people want, Jaimelyn.
Do it. Do it.
All right, so Care follows Rebecca, an anaphoric woman with rheumatoid arthritis, forms an unexpected bond with Amy, a college dropout delivering her groceries. As their lives intersect, both must confront their fears and decide whether they're brave enough to change. So the playwright is Kristen Field, who I just mentioned. The director is Janisa Brown. Stage manager is our very own Bailey Wagner.
Yay.
Dramaturg is Josie Tretton. And then the
Yay.
cast, we have Laura Gray, Rebecca Kent, Vivian Moeller, and Ariana Maganera.
Nice. That is a great team.
Jane Pink did the casting for the Brinks, like did the majority of the casting for Brink this year, and she really got a lot of really talented people
Yay.
this year. It's a team effort, but Jane really spearheaded it this year. So we have a really, really great group in the room. So that's the first resident play, Care, and that will be read on May 16th at 7 o'clock.
So
And
that is
then
what, is that Friday?
That's Saturday.
That's
So the
Saturday?
festival is
Okay.
Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
And then the other resident play, we once again have a local playwright. It is Caroline Norton, and her play, The Bill, and getting my handy postcard.
Yes.
All right. When her stepfather's will reveals a devastating secret, Amy begins to question everyone in her blended family. This Southern tragicomedy explores loyalty, resentment, and the true cost of knowing what you're worth.
Nice.
And let's see who is all in the bill, because the bill is a big team. It's a big cast. So as I mentioned before, the playwright is Caroline Norton, who also works at Next Act Theater. So that's probably why her name sounds familiar.
Yep.
Director, I'm apologizing in advance, Annika. I am going to butcher your last name. Annika Perez Kriorican.
Yeah, it's Annika who does amazing stuff over at the Rep as an artistic producer as well. So
yeah, so we're excited that she's in the room for the bill. Their stage manager is Sydney Smith. The bill has two dramaturgs, Dana Pepowski and Ava Heiss, and then the cast is Rachel Zentek, Joe Piketty, Tori Watson, Emily Vetrano, Maggie Sphere, and Laura Gray.
Fantastic. That's a lot of good people over there. That's gonna be great.
Yeah, so those are our resident plays this year, and the bill will be Sunday night, so the 17th at 7 p.m.
Great.
For those of you who haven't attended a resident play reading, so the first part of the program, it is you hear a staged reading of the play, and then right after it is a talkback with the director, playwright, and dramaturg. So it's a really great opportunity that you can hear it straight from the playwright's mouth about this play, what it means to them, what inspired them, what and gives them the playwrights an opportunity that they can ask the audience direct questions of like reactions. Did certain characters work or scenic motivations? Did this make sense? Did this help move the story forward? So you as the audience get to actually give the playwright feedback in real time that they will likely use take in and then use as they go on to rewrite and keep working on their scripts.
Yeah, because if you've never been to a stage reading, or I mean, even if you have, the whole feedback process for when you're in the process of developing a new play is so helpful and necessary. It I cannot tell you how much the playwrights really hear what the feedback is and navigate next steps based on that feedback.
Yeah, as a writer myself, I can agree that, I mean,
Yep.
so much of the process is you are by yourself with a notepad or at your computer. And of course, in your head, you're like, this sounds great, or this jump makes sense. And then just having the opportunity not only to hear it out loud, but then also hear it out loud, but then immediately get that feedback from basically a fresh perspective is so helpful and so important in that play development process. So please come because
Yeah.
the playwrights need your feedback so then they can move on to the next draft. And as the play, so Brink gets its name because these are plays that are like on the brink of that next step.
Yeah.
So, like on the brink of being produced. And to give them that nudge, we offer them the week-long workshop. But then, most importantly, we need you, the audience, to come in, see the plays, support the plays, give your feedback, so then the playwright can keep working on it and hopefully make that what we all dream about, which is eventually getting produced or published.
Totally. Totally, totally. Yeah. And it's very cool. It's very cool to be at the front end of this process and then see something when so people are going to have the opportunity to do this year because The Great Throne is being produced by Renaissance next
Yeah,
season.
so Great White Throne is actually a really good example. So, Kara Johnson was the other resident playwright with me last year.
Yeah.
And I mean, Great White Throne is such a solid, such a good script that it was presented. We had Libby Amato and Marcy Kearns, and Allie Rice read stage directions. And yeah, they had a really successful stage reading last year. Kara kept working on the script. And then, as part of World Premiere Wisconsin, Susan was like, this one feels like it's still being tweaked a little bit, but I feel like it will be in a place that we can actually produce it. So it is our World Premiere Wisconsin entry. And
Yeah.
so you can actually, so for those that attended Brink last year, you saw that full arc. You saw it as a stage reading. Now you're going to see it as a full production. And that Great White Throne isn't the only Brink play that has moved on to be produced. In Renaissance, we also produced Annie Jump in the Library of Heaven. I believe that was back in 2017 or 2018. Um, and then like Carissa Muriel Myers, she's also a brief playwright this year, but she was a resident 2 years ago, and her play Black Bear Island won a major award in New York and then had its world premiere in New York right after its time at Brink. Karen Sari, who is also the same year as Carissa, her play Tragedy Sound 2 had its world premiere being in right after Brink. So again, this is part, you get to be part of that really crucial pipeline and see these plays before they go on to that next step.
Totally. Totally. So then what are the Brink briefs this year
The
then?
Brink brief. So I admit I didn't enter the Brink briefs myself as a writer, partly because I was the one that came up with the prompts. I actually pulled them from park benches. So both prompts I saw on little plaques or carved into park benches that I saw here in Wisconsin, one at the Schlitz Audubon Nature Center and one at White Dunes State Park in Door County. So the first one, I know you never know where you find inspiration. I just
That's
saw these
right.
and I'm
That's
like,
right.
these would be really great prompts for short plays. And I pitched them to Susan and she said yes. So the first prompt is if you see a fork in the road, take it. And the second prompt is come live with me and be my love.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Okay.
So with those, the Brink Briefs prompts, those submission windows are only open for a month. I believe it's on our website, but I believe the first window is the month of September. The second window is currently December. We might bump that up because we know December uh
Crazy
is
town.
yeah, so that window might move up to November, but the briefs windows are only a month. We post the prompts right before, and so as I mentioned before, this year's prompts are if you see a fork in the road, take it and come live with me and be my love. And now these are playwrights. This group is literally spread out through the Midwest. So we have Wine DNA by Erin Osgood, Goddess of the Drowned by Carissa Muriel Myers, Getaway by Catherine Swan, Ground Fork Possibilities, I love that title, by Rachel Zake, and Mother Peace by Honoree Dugan Shiro are our Brink briefs this year.
Nice. Yay. That's
And the
awesome.
Brink and the Brink briefs are presented both Saturday and Sunday at 3 p.m. So you have two chances to see this great 10-minute play program. And this is the program, like, as I rattled off the list before, like our residence teams are pretty big, but the briefs program, that is where we bring in like 20 to 30 people. These are all local directors and actors that come in and work on the show. So this is a really great opportunity to also see a lot of familiar faces and really good local talent in this delightful program. Like, you are going to go through the whole range of emotions with this year's briefs program.
Nice. Yay. It's and so then what kind of passes and deals and whatnot do you all have this year, because you all are on top of that always?
So for the second year, what we are offering is what we call Brink Festival passes. So these are passes you purchase in advance. We have a 1 show, 2 show, and 3 show pass. So the 1 show gets you admission into one Brink performance and you get a glass of wine. 2 shows, 2 shows. So you could attend a briefs and a resident or both resident plays, or if you really like the briefs, come to both briefs. You can build that however you wish. You still get that free glass of wine. And then the 3 show gets you into 3 performances. So like the briefs and both residents, however, again, you want to use it, and you still get that glass of wine. Also with the festival pass, all but $10 is tax deductible. So by getting that pass, it's really saying you are here and showing up to support new play development and
Nice.
really investing in the future of playwrights here in the Midwest. But if you're like, that's not in my budget, or I am deciding like day of what my game plan is, because I know this weekend is a busy weekend. It's graduation weekend for a lot of places.
Oh man.
So if you're like more a little bit by the seat of your pants and running in the door at like 2:50 to catch the Brink brief,
Yeah.
walk-up admission is always available. It's a suggested donation of $20 at the door, but it is
Great.
it is a name your own price,
Great.
because we
Awesome.
also want to make it accessible to as many people as possible.
Yeah, you all are really awesome at that. There's all the opportunities that you have for people, particularly if they're so many people are challenged right now by money's hello gas prices.
Yeah.
That it's just really great that you all have the space and availability to make sure that people get to see art and get the path to make that happen. So thank you for that. So so people can go to rtwmke.org and get all the informations humanly possible, everything you just said, plus more, I'm assuming.
Yes, everything you need to know for attending Brink is on our website. So, like you said, head over to rtwmke.org for more information, or if you are feeling generous and really want to support new play development, to get your festival pass.
Yeah, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. We need. I love all the programming that's out there to get new work out into the art sphere, because we need it. It's,
Yeah,
there's, and particularly when you're focusing on you know uh women playwrights, and
yeah,
that,
especially
yeah, go ahead.
Especially here in the US. So here in the US, the statistic is still, unfortunately, 20% of the plays produced here in the US are written by women, and but 70% of ticket buyers and theater and audiences are made up of women. So it is still just women are and people who identify as women are still deeply underrepresented in theater, and this is again just one of the many ways we are working towards trying to balance the playing field and really giving opportunities to women in the performing arts, both on
Yeah,
stage and off.
yeah, yeah. I'm so grateful for that. Yeah, it's a slog, man. Like, it's just hard. It's really hard. So, um, but we do what we can when we can, where we can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, again, if you want to, no,
Yes.
when you are going, when you figure out your schedule for this weekend, and you're like, I need to do some Brink things, go to rtwmke.org and get your pass, or get information about how to pay at the door. Bring your $20, bring $40, bring $60. And we will, none of us will ever say a donation is too large. It's just,
Yeah.
there's no limit. The sky's the limit. So yeah, get your butts in there and see some new work, and see some great, also local talent, artists, reading great new work.
Yeah, yeah, it is really going to be a great festival this year. So we really hope that people come and join us, because it'll be a good time. We'll be there all weekend. So if anything, you can say hi to myself and all the other RTW ladies.
Yay, yay. Is there anything that we missed? Is there any intel that people need to know, other than what we've already said?
I don't think so. Just, yeah, please come to Brink. Again, we are at the Baumgartner Center for Dance, so that's 128 North Jackson Street. Best parking opportunities are street or the Italian Community Center, because that parking lot is right there too.
Nice. Nice.
And
Good to
yeah,
know.
yeah, because yeah, parking in the third ward, as everyone knows, is a nightmare. Yeah.
Big time
And
stuff.
please join us for the Brink Briefs program. Again, that is both days, Saturday and Sunday at 3 p.m. And then see Care by Kristen Field, Saturday, May 16th at 7 p.m. And see The Bill by Caroline Norton, Sunday, May 17th at 7 p.m.
Nice. Good times.
Yeah.
rtwmke.org. Thank you so much, Maria.
Thank you for having me, Jaimelyn.
I love it when you come around. But this is it. This is all she wrote for. I've only got one episode left myself for You Got a Thing. So I will talk to you next season, and we will have a whole new slate of Renaissance things to talk about, and it'll be great.
Yeah, we have our whole new season off the map. Next season's also, we will have a new artistic director, so it is going to be
Yay! Not
really
that we don't love
exciting.
Susan. Not that we
Oh
don't love
yeah.
Susan, but
Oh
but
no, we all love Susan. There's still a part of me in denial that she is actually retiring. But yeah, so next year is also just going to be really exciting for Renaissance, as like our season plays goes off the map. So like us and like our characters in the play we're doing, we are getting ready to chart new territory. So we hope people join us for the ride.
So cool. So cool. All right. Thanks, my friend. Thanks for all your time, and we'll talk more
Of
soon.
course. Talk to you soon, Jaimelyn.
Bye.
Bye.
There it is. There you go. There's Maria, back again. For the that's like I said, that's the last time this season, and we're shutting her down. We're shutting down season 4 of You've Got a Thing next week. Will be our last one if I can get Susan on here to talk about Shakespeare in the Park over there at Optimist Theater. Yeah, so that's my hope for next week. But go out there, get some brink in your life. Do that this weekend. You scheduled some things. Again, if you haven't seen the Dinner with the Duchess, plan that in. Do a Jenga, not a Jenga. Yeah, kind of Jenga. More Tetris. Do some Tetris and put your schedule together to go and see lots of things, and then come and party with us next week, wherever you're going to party. But I know what our parties are like, and they're super fun. So come if you want. Come as you are, as you were. Okay, I'm not going to sing it. So yeah, but thank you so much for coming today, wherever you're coming from, wherever you're listening from, wherever you're watching from, and I hope to see you again one last time this season, next week on You've Got a Thing, or some crap like that. All right, bye.